Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Habitual. I hope you all had a beautiful, amazing, gorgeous, lovely, perfect, magical week and that you have fun 4th of July plans because that's this weekend and that's exciting. I'm going camping, so I'm really, really, really excited. And my best friend Sabrina is going to be here. She's flying just to hang out with me. And I'm so excited. We're going to one of our favorite campgrounds and it's by the ocean. It's going to be the best weekend ever. And I'm really, really, really looking forward to it. So much to look forward to, honestly. Also, yesterday was my best friend Kayla's birthday. So if you didn't say happy birthday to her, everyone should go and say happy birthday to her because she deserves it. We had so much fun celebrating her birthday this weekend. Arguably too much fun. You know, sometimes that happens. Anyways, guys, I'm like having the giggles right now. I don't know what's going on. I can't take myself seriously, I don't think. Okay. Okay. Oh my God. Pull it together. So, something happened this week. Something happened this week, and it was big. And it actually happened on technically Monday and Tuesday. Let's actually check the exact time. Let's see. But anyways, regardless of what time it is, you guys are like, what the fuck are you saying, Haley? Okay. I am talking about, you guessed it, the full moon in Capricorn. The full moon in Capricorn. It was full at, well, I just looked it up and it basically said like 8 p.m. Eastern time, which is 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also crazy. I saw this and I'm going to explain it and I might be wrong and I don't care. But I was looking something up for time zone related, obviously, as one does. And it was like, it said on Google PDT, Pacific Daylight Time. I was like, what? I thought it was Pacific Standard Time. Not in any of my 26 years did I realize that once it changes, once one of the time changes happens, well, obviously the last one because it was current, we go from Pacific Standard Time to Pacific Daylight Time. And now I am going to fact check this. What is the difference between Pacific Standard Time and Pacific Daylight Time? Yep. PST and PDT are the two variations of the Pacific time zone used in North America, differing by exactly 1 hour. We are currently observing Pacific Daylight Time, used from mid-March to early November. Literally, time zones are fucking weird. Daylight savings doesn't make any sense to me, even though I do enjoy having a longer day. It's just all odd to me, and that was something that I learned, and you know what? You probably didn't know that either, so now you do know that. And if you did know it, that's really good for you. Why do you know so much about time zones? I don't know. Anyways. Oh my God. Okay. Anyways, the full moon was exact at 5 p.m. on the 29th, which was Monday. Full moons can be full anywhere from, I mean, they're technically exact for like a short period of time, but like it's in the full moon phase for like, it can be up to like 2 days, right? 2 to 3 days. So it's Wednesday. It's technically still in that little time frame. So I'm just going to give a quick, brief overview. And if you do not care about astrology whatsoever, then guess what? There are these cool things called chapters on Spotify, and you can just skip this chapter and go to the next one. Whatever that's going to be. Who knows? I don't know yet. I guess you'll know because you can see, but I won't know because I don't know what I'm going to talk about yet. So, okay, all silliness aside, this full moon is a freaking big one, okay? It's happening at like pretty much the exact midpoint of the calendar year. 6 months, almost like the end of the 6th month, going into the next 6 months. Like, it's really symbolic. Capricorn is an earth sign. It's really grounded and really, it's ruled by Saturn, okay? Saturn wants us to get shit done in life, okay? It wants us to get shit done. Saturn is like, it's called Daddy Saturn for a reason. There's going to be boundaries. There's going to be rules. There's going to be unfortunate lessons that you have to learn, but then are also so needed because you need structure in your life. Structure! Saturn is like the structure planet, especially with ruling Capricorn. Capricorn's really all about like hard work, nose to the grindstone vibes. Okay. So anyways, that being said, this full moon is coming at a perfect time for you to reevaluate and reorganize and re-clarify your goals for the year. You set goals, most likely, hopefully you did, at the beginning of the year. Okay. At the beginning of the year, it has now been 6 months. Check in on where you are with those goals. How many have you accomplished? What is your progress like on each of those? And if you've, completed them, take time to like really celebrate that and be so proud of yourself because that's fucking amazing. That's so cool that you're doing the damn thing. And if you're not doing the damn thing, that's totally fine. It's only been the first half. So we have an entire other half of the year for you to accomplish all the things that you want to accomplish. And another part of this, just like astrologically happening, is we have a few other transits going on that happened on either Sunday the 28th or Monday the 29th. And that is planets moving into new signs. We have Mars in Gemini now. We have Jupiter in Leo. We have a Mercury retrograde happening. And we have a full moon in Capricorn. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of new energy. July is going to be a really, really, really intense month, but like for all amazing reasons. Because, and you know what? I'm going to go off on a side tangent for 1 second, so just stay with me if you want to. If you don't, that's fine. Astrology is not a scary thing. Astrology is a tool that can be used for insight into your life. It can be looked at like as a map, a roadmap. It can be used to notice. It is at its literal core, astrology is noticing patterns and using said patterns to then have an idea of themes that could happen or could arise in your life. Okay? That's literally what astrology is. Nothing in astrology should ever make you feel scared. If you ever see like a creator or see any type of content of someone being like, oh, if you do this, or oh, like if this happens on, it is not a scary thing. It is not like that. They are basically using it for clickbait and to get views. And it's really, really unfortunate and really frustrating that there's so much negativity clouding the really helpful parts of astrology because people just want views and want to like fearmonger, basically. So anyways, nothing in astrology is going to be scary. There's no like nothing. Astrology is also, like I said, it's a pattern. It does not correlation does not equal causation. Just because something crazy happened last time this planet transited whatever does not mean that something like that exact same thing is going to happen again. It's actually like not going to, but similar themes, archetypes, motifs, the bigger picture. That's what we're looking at. Okay. Tangent. Done. Okay. So there's a lot going on in the sky. There's a lot of new energy being like ushered and brought forth. These are both of those planets that I just mentioned. Mars going into Gemini and Jupiter going into Leo. That is fire and air. It's a fire sign and an air sign. Leo is a fire sign and Gemini is an air sign. We are getting, these are quick moving. It's fast. It's like things are going to be turned up a little bit, basically. We'll leave it at that. And we also have Mercury in retrograde. So I'm not going to go into all the details, but I'm just saying things are happening in the sky. It's symbolically an important time, the midpoint of the year, to take stock, take inventory, review the past 6 months, plan for the next 6 to come. Think about the things that you can remove from your life moving forward. What are things that are maybe the reasons why you haven't been able to achieve one of your goals? Is there something blocking you? Is there a habit maybe that you have fallen back into? Is there an external factor? Is it lack of time management? Like, whatever it is, there is a reason. There are reasons, most likely, multiple reasons why you have not reached or achieved one of your set goals from the beginning of the year. And also another reason could be, oh, I was just focusing on my other goals. Like, I had another one that I was pouring my energy into and I did accomplish it. Great. That's amazing. And now you get to change the energy, change the vibe, and focus on the others. So basically, all of this to say, because I'm just freaking going on at this point, all this to say, make a list. And it's not too late. It's never too late. You can utilize this energy, utilize this however you want to. Okay. And it's in the same week. It's totally fine. You don't have to like do it on the day that the full moon is exact to get the maximum power. That's just not how things work. Okay. It's just not how it works. But making a list. I know, Haley, your lists. I know. I actually don't know a better way. So if you hate making lists, I just don't know what to tell you. Maybe you shouldn't listen to me because I love lists and I'm always going to talk about them. Anyways, they're so useful. Make a list of all the things that have been blocking you from reaching your goals, whether it's mental blocks, physical blocks, external blocks, internal blocks. Think about it, write it out, look at it, and decide to leave all of those things in the first half of the year. Leave them behind. We're entering a new season, a new era. Things are going to be very different. We get to decide that they're going to be different. You can decide that things are going to be different whenever you want to, by the way. If you're ever like, oh, I'm kind of bored or over this certain aspect of my life or my life feeling like this, you get to decide when that ends. No one else. Nothing else, actually. There is no like perfect time for anything. It's when you decide. You get to make that choice. Just the whole thing of like, oh, when I'm ready, you're never going to actually feel ready if you just continuously tell yourself when I'm ready. You just need to do it. Doing things not ready is going to get you every single place that you want to be in life. No one ever is like, oh, well, I feel ready to take this risk now. No. That's like then it wouldn't be a risk. If you were like, oh, well, I'm feeling very comfortable to do this. Risks aren't comfortable. That doesn't make any sense. Anyways, I'm just saying, you have the power to make your life the way that you want it to be. And you have the power to make a list of things that have been prohibiting you from reaching your goals. And you have the power to decide to not do those things anymore and to not bring them into the next 6 months of your life. To not bring them into tomorrow and then any day after that. It is that easy. If you want it bad enough, you'll do it. And if you make a list, this doesn't have to be a crazy list, people. A list can be 3 things. A list can be 2 things. It can be 2 things that you just decide after thinking about it. Hey, I am absolutely not going to do these. I'm not going to continue this way of thinking. I'm not going to doubt myself anymore. Yep. And then guess what? Every time it pops up, you're just like, no. I said that's not for me anymore. I'm not going to take that with me. It's not for you to carry. And once you put the weight of those things down and you clear them out, you're just making room for new, amazing, beautiful things to happen for you. New, amazing, beautiful ways of thinking. New, amazing, beautiful habits to have. You just have to decide to put them down and to not look back. I've said it 1 jillion billion times, but the power of our minds is so unbelievably insane. And you genuinely, like, you get to control your life and you get to control your reality and you get to control pretty much like every aspect besides, like, I'd say the one off chance, I guess, would be like, one, the rules of the game, right? The rules of life. You have a physical body. You don't really get to change it. You get to change how it looks. You can customize it however, like, literally whatever you want to do. Like, actually, in today's day and age, you can do whatever you want, which is crazy. But there's just, the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want and decide it whenever you want to decide it. And there's no reason to wait for X, Y, and Z to make things happen that you want to make happen, that you want to happen. Just decide. Decisions are portals. Decisions are literally portals. You are going into a new, and you know what? Yeah, we're going to get a little woo-woo. You know what? It's actually not even woo-woo. It's literal quantum physics, but I digress. We're not ready for that conversation. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Decisions are portals. Every time that you make a decision, you are entering a new timeline. You hear people on TikTok, or maybe don't, I don't know, but there are people on TikTok being like, oh, like how to shift timelines and shift your reality and blah, 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 blah. And they're doing crazy things like scripting. But like, it's like, you just need to decide. That's all that you need to do. You just make a decision. And once you make that decision, you immediately shift into a new timeline because you are now in the timeline where the version of yourself that exists is the one who makes those decisions. So instead of deciding to snooze your alarm every morning, if you decide to stop doing that and you decide to get up and actually run 3 miles like you have wanted to do, or do morning pages and write 3 pages before you do anything else, like that, you just need to decide. You just need to make that decision, and then all of a sudden you will be that person that you want to be. No one is stuck. Everyone contains multitudes. You do not have to be this like linear being who just does the same shit and then wishes that they had a different life, or wishes that they did things differently, or wishes that they could like stick to whatever. It's like, just make that decision. And yeah, it's gonna be hard because you're used to it. If it is a habit that you're changing, like, yes, changing habits is hard. But it's a lot easier to break an old habit by replacing it with a new habit. I actually don't know that. You can fact check me, but I did read Atomic Habits, and I feel like that's just a fact that I know. So feel free to be like, you're wrong. You can decide to make any change to your life whenever you want. I will put a disclaimer in here, though. Impulsivity is not necessarily what I'm talking about. If you struggle with being impulsive, or listening to your body, or knowing what's right for you, that's not really what I'm talking. I'm not saying like go be impulsive and make a bunch of crazy decisions, like quitting your job and doing whatever. Like, that's not what I'm saying. So please hear me when I'm clarifying that, okay? What I am saying is there are things that you can do day to day. Small things, they don't have to be impulsive. I am not telling anyone to make an impulse decision. Now is probably not the best time. This is a time for review and to look back at your life and to look back the last 6 months and really envision like where you want to be by the end of this year and how you are going to get there. How can you use this like Capricorn Saturnian energy to get you to where you want to be? That's the vibe. There are little decisions that you can make to get there, and you can decide to leave things behind. You can decide to release things. You can decide that is not going to follow you into this next 6 months. And that is on you to decide that and to decide what you're going to decide on. You know what I mean? Anyways, I did a whole I made this list. I also cataloged, here were I think I had 8 goals. Oh, you can't see it. This one. up there. If you're watching, if you're listening, I have a collage background behind me, and the one on the top is mine collage for this year. It's my vision board, my collage. This is my vision board for this year, and I had about, I think 8 or 9. I feel like it was 8. I'm not going to call them resolutions because that's dumb. They were just goals, and I actually have achieved a lot of them, so it's really exciting. Anyways, this episode is kind of crazy everywhere, and it's going to be a little bit shorter than normal because it is 9 p.m. at night, and I'm honestly really tired, and I'm really busy, and I just have been so freaking busy, but I will always make time for you and for us because we need to have these chats. It's like a weekly thing. It's important that we have time together. Do you know what I mean? I think so. So anyways, I made a list of all the things that I want to release, write them on paper, burn that shit with a lighter, like in fire, like literally burn it and just release it. Takes 2 seconds. It's just more effective that way, I find personally. There's more intention behind it. You know, you're like literally setting it on fire and like watching it disappear out of your life. So very powerful. Highly recommend if you have access to safely light paper on fire and burn it. I don't know why I got a picture. Well, actually, I do. I was thinking about my best friend flying to Mexico right now, and I was like, fuck. Not that she would ever do this, but I just thought of someone lighting a fire in a plane, which is really, don't ask why. I don't know, but that's where we went. So anyways, burned it, made a list of all the things that I wanted to release, burned them individually, watched them burn into a safe dish, and then I tossed it outside. I also cataloged basically my goals for this year, how far I've gotten, what's going to make me fully achieve them, what do I have left to do, where do I want to be at the end of this year, and how can I make that happen? Because again, it's Capricorn, it's Saturn. We need to be on top of our shit. Oh, and then another thing also, just for this, since I guess this is just turning into an entire full moon week episode, it's kind of fun. Full moons are one of the best times of the entire month to do like deep cleans and declutter. It like physically releasing and also like just clearing out. It's amazing. It's also one of those things where it's like you're clearing out, you're releasing so that you can make room for new abundance. So that's just another thing that you can do this week. If you want to make a list, set things on fire, clean your house. These are just all fun full moon things. Because full moons are when the crazy people come out. No, I'm just kidding. Feel a little delusional. I've just been go. Been go. Go. Wake me up before you go. Leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. Hey, I remembered it. If you are a little bit more advanced about astrology and you have a nice app that you can look at your birth chart on, which, by the way, I'm going to take this time to formally, I posted about this fucking years ago, but like genuinely, if you still use CoStar, I'm judging you. It's been years. You should know better now. You should know the controversy. You should know that it sucks. I'm kidding. I'm not actually going to judge you. I want you to, for me, like if you're going to use an app for astrology because you want to know, please just use one that's accurate. That also didn't fully admit to gaslighting people and literally using fear-mongering as I don't even know why. I don't know why, but like people with mental health issues, that shit's crazy to be sending like their little notifications saying like really negative things like, oh, like watch out, or this is gonna happen, or like whatever. They're like daily. It's been years since I've deleted it, so I really don't even actually remember. But they fully admitted to being like, oh yeah, like we're manipulative about that, and they have nothing to do with your. It has nothing to do with astrology. They're just literal random messages that they send you, which is even more fucked up because again, people with mental health issues like seeing shit like that and then thinking like this could happen to me, or what does that mean? It's just really scary. And shame on CoStar. So don't use CoStar. If you want a good astrology app, you can use Time Passages. I love Time Passages so much, honestly. There's so many features. Also, if you don't know, yay! Oh my god, this is so fun. It's like a little like astrology intro class, I guess. Kayla is gonna be so happy. She's been telling me to talk about astrology for 20 weeks now. Because it's my 20th episode. 20 episodes of Habitual. That's crazy. I've been doing this for 20 weeks of my life. It's crazy because it actually doesn't feel like that long at all. But 20 weeks is kind of a long time. I mean, it's almost half a year. It's kind of crazy. But I love doing it, so it doesn't even feel like, I don't know. If you get Time Passages, you should probably know the drill by now. And if you don't, you just put, you need to know your exact birth time. You need to know your exact birth time. We're not guessing. You're going to get inaccurate information. You need to know your exact birth time. Call your mom or your dad, whoever has your birth certificate, get your exact birth time because you need it. So your birthday, your birth time, where you were born. And then this is the part that so many people are like, wait. And I, for the longest time, was like, wait. But whole house. It's going to ask you what sign system, or like what house system do you want to use? You're going to put whole sign. Just that. Whole sign houses. It is in my opinion, it makes the most sense. It is the easiest way to read a birth chart. It is it is the correct way. I know I'm kidding. There's so many different ways and all of them are valid. I personally, for me, this is the correct way. It's also the traditional house system for Hellenistic astrology, which is traditional astrology, which is like basically when astrology was first being used and implemented in life back in like ancient Greece and all of those eons ago. I actually don't know how long an eon is. Years and years ago. Centuries ago. There we go. Millennium? Probably. I don't know. I'm really bad at conceptualizing time. Anyways, we're gonna make this a lot better. Okay, according to Google, Hellenistic astrology, which is what I follow, it's what all the astrologers that I love follow. They all are Hellenistic astrologers. It originated in the late 2nd or early 1st century BCE in Egypt. It emerged as a cultural synthesis of Mesopotamia planetary calculations, Egyptian cosmological calendars, and Greek philosophical framework, shifting the focus of the stars to individual human life. So I was right. I did say Greece. I said ancient Greece. No, but anyways. Hellenistic astrologers, it's like one of the longest standing traditions of astrology. And Hellenistic astrology uses whole sign birth charts. Every sign rules a house. There's 12 houses in astrology, right? Right. It's a 360-degree wheel of the sky, split into 12 houses, and each sign will then rule a house because there's 12 zodiac signs. 12 houses. Each sign rules a house, and each house has its own themes. Anyways, all of this to say, download Time Passages if you haven't already. Use whole sign houses. And then once you do all of that, then you can go and look at the house that Capricorn rules. You don't have to have any placements in Capricorn. Everyone has a house in their birth chart that is ruled by Capricorn. Because remember, 12 houses, 12 signs. Everyone has a Capricorn ruled house in their birth chart. Everyone. And you can look up the themes for that house. I mean, you can either Google it or you can go on Time Passages, and this is like a feature that they have and you can go learn, and then it'll have like little like snippets about each house, each sign. It's really great. I mean, it's really general, but like it's still really nice. It's a nice little reference point. So whatever area of your life, Capricorn, whatever house Capricorn rules in your birth chart, that is the area of your life that you should be focusing on specifically and figuring out how you're going to structure it for the next 6 months. Okay, and then I'm going to rapid fire because I actually think that I could do this. I'm going to rapid fire each house. So if you like get this and then you do all this and you're like, oh my God, what is it? If it's Capricorn is in your first house, which means you're a Capricorn rising, then these are going to be themes around like your self-perception, your outward appearance. That's the vibe. If you're a Sagittarius rising, like me, then Capricorn rules your second house, which is your house that has to do with like physical, material wealth in this life. Material wealth, finances, super fun, stuff like that. And then if you are a Scorpio rising, then this is going to be happening in your third house, which it's going to be in the area of your life that has to do with like communications, the mind, your mental environment, your brain. And then if you are a Libra rising, then Capricorn is going to rule your fourth house, which is the house of like home and family life and your upbringing. So things around that. If you are a Virgo rising, then this is going to be happening in your fifth house, which is going to be about themes of your creativity, joy, pleasure, children. If you are a Leo rising, then this is going to happen in your sixth house, which is themes to do with your like I think of it as the chop wood, carry water house, just like the daily tasks of life, of work, relative, just like the things that you're doing every day, that kind of aspect. If you're Cancer rising, then this is going to be happening in your seventh house, which is your house of relationships, one-on-one relationships specifically, platonic or romantic or business. And then if you are a Gemini rising, then this is going to be happening in your eighth house, which is the house of other people's finances, other resources, debts, financial like loans, things like that. If you're a Taurus rising, this is going to be happening in your ninth house, which is the house of like travel abroad, like longer traveling, long distance traveling, also higher education and spirituality, things like religion. And then if you're an Aries rising, then this is going to be happening in your 10th house, which is the house of vocation. So this can kind of be like your career or your work environment or just how you are seen in your community and the role that you play in public. And then if you're Pisces rising, this is going to happen in your 11th house, which is the house of like community, friendships, like dreams, kind of like your larger network or social group, I guess. If you're an Aquarius rising, then this is going to happen in your 12th house, which is the house of transformation and death and rebirth. So that was like literally so challenging for my brain to do, but that was the first time I've ever done something like that. And I bet half of you guys are like, I don't even fucking know my rising sign, Haley. That was so unhelpful. But guess what? You can go figure it out and you can come back and re-listen to it. Okay. I say that just because some of my friends that listen to this don't know their rising signs, but that's okay. If you know your rising sign, then that was great. Maybe. Or you were like, I already know that. I don't know. That was just kind of a really like off the cuff moment that I just did that. And I actually hope that I was correct. And I hope that gave you some idea. If not, go to Time Passages and just read whatever house it is if you even care. And that is actually where I'm going to end it for today. I love you all so much. That was kind of a different episode. Let me know if you liked it. If you want more content like that, if you like learning about astrology stuff. I mean, I'm still learning too. I feel like I will always be a student of astrology, but it is something that I have been very interested in since I was like 12, 11 years old. Because my grandmother is really into astrology and she would tell me my whole life that I was a Taurus stellium. And that was crazy that I had 5 planets in Taurus. And I would do something and she'd go, well, that's because you have 5 planets in Taurus. And I'd be like, okay. And so that just like really sparked my love for it. And I have been really interested in I've taken, but not finished, a couple astrology courses as well. So yeah, it's just something that I really am into, but I haven't really talked that much publicly about. So let me know if that's something that you really like, and maybe I can do like new moon, full moon updates or stuff like that. Keep it chill. Keep it chill. Okay, well, I hope you all have such an amazing 4th of July weekend, or whatever weekend, whenever you're listening to this. I hope you have a great, beautiful, amazing day. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next week. I love you so much with all the stars in the sky. Mwah.